Hello there and welcome back to my channel, and I'm back with another book review and book recommendation, and this one is for I Invited Her In by Adele Parks. Now I absolutely loved this book. I just found it so entertaining, so funny. I was hooked from the start. I must have got through it in about 2 days and I just loved it. And as the title suggests, it's about a woman who has invited another woman into her home. So we've got Mel, who is happily married with 3 kids, and she hears from her friend, her long lost friend, Abby. They used to go to university together a long time ago, and Abby has got in touch out of the blue to tell her that her marriage has just finished and she's about to get a divorce and she's in a bit of a bad place. So Mel is lovely and says, look, come and stay with me as long as you want, and welcomes her into her home, which is a big mistake. But when Abby first moves in, everything's hunky-dory, they're having a great time. Mel's going out loads, the 2 of them are drinking the bit out, they're having the best time. And Mel is like catching up on all the kind of youth that she didn't have, because she'd got pregnant very early with her first child. So she kind of feels like she's making up for lost time. The 2 of them are very different. Mel's settled, secure, happily married, big family home, really busy. Whereas Abby is very glamorous. She works in TV. She's kind of a bit of a mini celebrity, and she's getting divorced and they've got no kids, and she feels very sad about the fact that she doesn't have any kids. So you can see that kind of Abby is looking at Mel's life thinking, oh, she's got it all, you know, she's got the family life and she's so happy and so settled. Whereas Mel's looking at Abby thinking, oh, you know, she's got it all, she's successful and famous and loads of money and all the rest of it. So they're very, very different. Now, when I came across this book on Audible, I saw that it was under the genre of psychological thriller, and that really piqued my interest because Adele Parks, I mean, I don't know what number of books she's on now. It must be, I don't know, 20 books or something. But a lot of her early books were chick lit or women's fiction. And they tended to, I mean, the ones that I had read tended to be about affairs and things. Now, I don't know if I'm making sweeping generalizations here, and maybe I don't know enough about her early books, but I remember reading a couple of her books and thinking that these are about affairs and they're not really of interest to me. That doesn't do it for me. I don't know whether I'm a bit of a prude or whatever, but I don't get excited about reading about somebody having an affair, because I think in the long run that's going to hurt somebody. I know that's prudish, but that's the way I am. But when I saw that she had switched to psychological thriller, that really piqued my interest, because, you know, I would follow other authors that have made the switch in genre, and I'm really impressed to see how they do it. And I personally am trying to make the switch as well. My first 3 books were all women's fiction, chick lit, and the book that I'm currently writing is psychological thriller. So obviously, if someone else has done that, I am keen to read up and see how they do it. When I was reading it, I was thinking, I don't know how much I would see this as a thriller. It felt very much like a domestic drama, and it certainly didn't feel like chick lit. It certainly didn't feel like romantic, happy ever after fairy tale ending. But I don't know how sort of thrilling it didn't seem scary to me, but I loved it. I mean, I loved it, and it's one of my favorite books, and it's, you know, 5-star recommendation, and I absolutely loved it. But I don't think I would have been reading it feeling creeped out or scared, but you certainly you were reading it thinking something's going to go horribly wrong here, you know. And so because it was called I Invited Her In, I thought to myself, well, it's obviously something to do with the husband. And I'm not going to give any spoilers, but what I will say is that I was totally surprised about what happened with this guest that she had invited in. It was completely scandalous, not what I expected. And I was like, oh my goodness, imagine if something like that had ever happened. And another thing is that when I was reading it, thinking, if this ever happened, you would kick that person out immediately and you would never hear from them again. But Mel did not do that. Mel let her stay on, which I think was obviously a tool that the author used to try and prolong the dramatic conflict a bit. And I thought, oh, I hope this isn't going to be unrealistic now. But actually, the author carried it out well, because even though she did let her stay on, it was very tense between them, and she made life really difficult for her, and so it was believable. So I don't know if I want to say any much more than that, actually, because I don't want to spoil anything for you about it. But what I will say is I absolutely loved it. And when I was reading the reviews on Audible, I don't know what the reviews are like on Amazon or Goodreads or anything, but the reviews on Audible were kind of mediocre. They weren't great. And if I had listened to those reviews, I probably wouldn't have bought the book. And I know that's a bit ironic that I'm saying that. I'm sitting here giving you a book review, basically saying don't always take heed of the reviews, which is really ironic. But I'm glad I didn't listen to those reviews, because I loved it. And it just shows you that what works for one person will not work for someone else, and it's completely subjective. But in saying that, sometimes whenever someone tells you I absolutely love this book, and especially when you know, like if my sister says to me I love this book, then I know I'm probably gonna enjoy it, because we tend to like the same things, you know. So anyway, that's all from me. It was a huge thumbs up, and that's it. Over and out. Bye.